Hey everybody, it's Crochet CJ, Carla, here in Oklahoma. Midwife, mom, wife, and I'm a born-again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. It's so good to see you guys here for episode 8. We'll just start right off with finished objects. So I only have a couple. The Granny Chevron Cowl from Zines and Rogers. It's a free pattern. And I made it with the Bernat velvet. This is in kind of a gray. Minerva's enjoying keeping her net warm. I threw away the ball band for that one, so I don't know for sure what color it is, but it's a gray. So anyway, and it's the Bernat velvet. My other finished object I actually finished today. I started doing this video this morning, and the dogs got rambunctious, and my husband woke up, and there was just so much noise between that and the TV and all that stuff that I just said, I think I'll do this later today. So I wasn't done with this. This was actually a whip until tonight, and I finished it today. And this is a mermaid tail blanket. So this is the tail part, and then this is the blanket part. It's got a split all the way down, and then, you know, it just comes together kind of right here so that you can just kind of lay it over your lap and stick your feet in it. It's a Christmas gift for somebody special. I made it with several colors of Red Heart Super Saver. I was doing changing colors every row like it suggests. I think she only made it with 2 or 3 colors. And I kind of decided I wanted to do a little less often. And I like it actually changing it every 2 rows, doing 2 rows of each color. I like that better. Anyway, that is a free pattern that I found, and it is a pattern by Nadia Fouad. Works in progress. So I'm still working on my huge octopus from Mama Mosley Creations. That's a paid pattern that I found on Ravelry. I've got my octopus head and the tentacles, and I don't need a project bag for the octopus because it makes its own project bag until the next step when I have to stuff it and attach the base with all the tentacles. And yeah, none of my ends are tucked in yet, so I'll take care of that too. That's another Christmas gift, and I've almost got it done. I just have to stuff it and put it together and make the eyes, so that shouldn't take much longer. I've already made one, so. My other work in progress, since I finished that mermaid tail blanket, I started making another one of the Zines and Rogers Granny Chevron Cowl. This is Bernat velvet, and this color is Pink Dust, and it's a really light pink. I mean, to me it almost looks like a cream color, but it's Pink Dust. Anyway, so I'm making that. It's in my crocheter bag that I got from Stitcher Tees, and that's that. Project Q is pretty much like it was last week when we talked. Pretty much the same stuff. Some things from Hannah, patterns that I want to make of hers, and I am still hoping to get at least one stocking made from Holly's pattern, but we'll see because time is slipping away quickly. Although I do have several days off the next couple of weeks, so maybe I'll get a little bit more done. Acquisitions. Oh, you know what? Hang on just a minute. I forgot something. If I knew how to pause this thing, I would. I have paused the video before, but what happens is then it won't cooperate with me and upload more than one section of video. I guess I could have done part 1 and part 2, but I didn't. Let me move you guys back where a little better centering or whatever. I always have to have Minerva in the picture. She's very special to me. So So the reason I had to laugh when I started on acquisitions is my knit crate was not supposed to come until Monday, but surprise, it showed up today. Now, if you watch any other podcasters that talk about crochet, and I'm sure you do, I'm sure I'm not the only one you watch, there has been kind of a mixed reaction to December's knit crate. Everybody was really excited when they saw like the preview in the last knit crate book, and the colors looked really great, and we were all excited and stuff. Well, I've seen some people, like, the looks on their faces when they open their knit crates are less than happy. So I'm just gonna, I've waited. I've got this out of the mail earlier when I came home, about 3:30 or so, and it's now 9 o'clock at night, and I've waited all this time. I did not open the box. I just now untaped it, so you guys are gonna see when I do what I get. Ooh, okay, yeah. Well, isn't that cute? And everybody's gotten one of these too. It's a little ball of yarn with knitting needles, and yes, I agree. Crocheters deserve cute little enamel pins too. I'm fine with that enamel pin. I will still display it proudly because I think knitters are great too. But look what I got. I like this color. Of course, now purple's my favorite color, but green's probably right up there. I know this color, which is supposedly clementine, I guess, a couple of people have gotten this color and they have not been thrilled with it at all. And I was really kind of dreading it. I was like, oh, I really do hope I don't get that color. Anyway, this is really pretty, I think. Greens and kind of aquas and stuff. This is their Vita Lana. It's a knit crate exclusive, and it's called Heathered Chunky, and this colorway is Blue Spruce. I like it. It's 100% wool. It is chunky, 60 yards and 100 grams, and it suggests that you use a 9 to 10 millimeter needle. So I'm going to say you probably want a K hook. It is a hand wash, lay flat to dry, air dry, and I don't know, I like it. I mean, everybody's like, oh, it's not soft. Well, no, it's 100% wool, but man, you can tell it's 100% wool. But I don't know, I kind of like it. Well, I'm very happy with my color, so I am glad I didn't get that other color, just because I don't know if it was blowing out on people's cameras or what, but people were not happy with it at all. You know, and I'm sure everybody's seen the patterns, and so when you do knit crate, this month's theme was handmade holiday, and I guess these were the color options that you might get. And of course, this is their sock yarn and their artisan crate and all that. So, and there's the color I got right there. And the pattern is, it looks like a cowl, but that is actually a knitting pattern. And then I know there's okay, this must be the crochet pattern. It's called the Snow Bonnet. I think that's really cute. I don't know that I would make it unless I make it for like my daughter, because, you know, I'm in my 50s. I probably would look silly wearing those little things hanging down. I don't know. Maybe age is all in your mind. Look, they've got some more patterns that they show that will work well with these yarns and stuff. And I guess, you know, you can always order more. And then the rest of it's like the sock patterns and things like that. Anyway, that was my knit crate. Number one acquisition. Sorry about the exodus and the entrance. But like I said, every time I try to stop and start a new video, it doesn't want to go together. And I know that I need to take YouTube 101 for dummies, because I don't do, I mean, other than like adding things in, you know, to the notes underneath the video and stuff, I really don't do a whole lot. I haven't taken the time to watch a video and do a tutorial on how to insert pictures, and I need to do that. I'm really not lazy, guys. I'm just tired right now. I work long hours and sometimes, and I know I'm whining, and I love what I do. I wouldn't change it for the world. Would not change what I do for a living for the world, but the hours are kind of funky, and it's just the nature of the game, and I'm good with that. So you know, until they tell me that I have to leave and that I can no longer catch babies, I'm going to be there catching babies, because I love what I do, and I love my patients, my mamas and babies so much. Anyway, sorry, I am really rambling on. Okay, so my next acquisition, and I'm so happy with it, is, well, I mean, this was my ornament swap ornament. Isn't that cute? It's a little bitty Christmas stocking, and this is from Charlene. She was my ornament swap partner through Ella of No Catchy Names Ornament Swap, and then she sent me a little heart stitch marker. Isn't that sweet? Now, this has been on my tree ever since I got it. You know, I took a picture and put it on Ella's Facebook page, but then I put it on my tree. It's just that I wanted to get it off the tree so I could show it to you guys today, because I wanted you to see it, because it's really special to me. You know, you guys saw my yarn swap video that I did with Mary from Ireland, who, by the way, has Mary's Crochet Chit Chat. She has a YouTube channel. I want you guys to go check it out. I'm going to link it below once I get all my show notes up, once I get this video to upload, because that takes forever. So I may not get those notes in there till sometime tomorrow. But go check out Mary's videos. She is just so sweet, and I love listening to her talk. I have a thing about accents. I just love listening to people with accents talk, because I just think it's so fascinating that we all have different voices. I know that's kind of a strange thing, but I like that. She has had a rough week. They had a family member pass away, and so you guys remember her in your prayers and think about her, and, you know, just say a little prayer for her, comfort for her and her family, because even though, you know, it was an elderly family member, it was still very hard on them, and it always is. Even when we, you know somebody's no longer in pain, and, you know, it's tough at those times to hear people say, well, they lived a good life, or, well, they're no longer suffering. You may know that logically in the back of your head, but you're suffering and you're hurting. And it's just never, ever easy, you know. And we've all experienced that, you know, with family or friends. And I just remember Mary and think about her, because she's going through a rough time right now. I ordered, now I'm doing the Mary Says. Her title of her latest video is I Say a lot. So now I'm doing it too. I may do it all the time too. I ordered from Amazon some Twinings tees, because I couldn't find the holiday ones that I wanted. Well, I found the holiday ones I wanted, and I also found this black tea, Christmas tea. And I got this herbal peppermint cheer tea. I'm gonna grab a couple of these out of each one of these boxes and stick them in the giveaway too, with those other teas that I put in the giveaway, so then you guys can try out some more teas that you've never had, and maybe you'll find you like them. I'm also going to throw in a couple of packets of Eggnoggin Bigelow eggnog tea. I ordered this off Amazon too. I think it was Jane from Scraptastic that was drinking this, and I was just like, I can't resist, because I love eggnog. Now, I will say, it's not, I don't think it's overbearing. I think it has a nice flavor to it. It's not like sweet like you would think it would be, because it's eggnog. And I tasted it first, and I liked it, but I did want just a little bit of sweet in it, so I just dipped my spoon in the honey and dipped it in my tea, and that worked out perfect. So you guys will get, whoever wins gets some of that. JCPenney, I ordered some things online from there for Christmas for someone, and when I did that, I saw that they had their jewelry on sale, so I ordered a couple of brooches for shawl pins. Isn't that pretty and flashy? I really love these old-fashioned brooches. I know Crystal over at Bag O' Day loves things like that, and people are always sending them to her. I know she really loves those too. This one's my favorite. It's got these little pearl accents to it. It just reminds me, my aunt used to wear this big clunky jewelry like this with the rhinestones and stuff, and I just loved it. I always thought it was fascinating. I don't know whatever happened to all that jewelry when she passed away. I would have loved to have it, but I don't, so there you go. Next, so I was a little silly. One of my friends tagged me with a Groupon post, and I ordered the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. So I can make treacle tarts now. I'm not making blood pudding though, guys. I'm not doing it. If anybody knows what that is, the recipe would scare you to death. But I just thought this was so cool, and you guys know, big Harry Potter nerd, so I ordered this. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it sure is going to look cool in my kitchen collection of cookbooks, isn't it? I'm only slightly crazy, all right? Okay. Then from Tuesday morning, okay, David, my husband, was bored. He wanted to go, and he knows the way to get me out of the house, the way to get me to put down my crochet is say, hey, do you want to go to Tuesday morning and look at yarn? Like I'm going to say no. So we went. There are two in Tulsa. There's one in Broken Arrow. So one day we went to one of them in Tulsa, and I found some really pretty yarn. I found this sugar cake yarn. Isn't that pretty? In purples. Love purples. And of course, this is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. There's 400 yards in this cake, and it doesn't have a colorway. It has a number. It's just one of those brands that doesn't have a color. But I really like it, and I'm sure it is a, you know, worsted weight. That's exactly the size that it looks like. So I got one of these, and then I got one in this color, which is like tan, and that's kind of a khaki green, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I got one of each of those when we were at the first one, and it's the same yardage and everything like that, the same content. Those were, it says regular price $12, and it was $6.49. I thought that was a good price for 400 yards. Anyway, we'll see. Well, then I also found this. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got this beautiful halo to it. Anyway, I like saying halo. I love angels. So this is Rosette Allure, and it's 34% wool, 34% acrylic, 18% polyamide, 14% glitter yarn. And it's a bulky 5. It's 109 yards. This colorway is Nero. And it's like black and gray and white, you know, and I thought this would make a really pretty cowl, you know, or infinity scarf. I'm probably going to try to make the granny chevron cowl out of it. We'll see, because I really like that pattern. I know I'm making a lot of those. I got 3 of these, 109 yards. That's, you know, 300 and almost 330 yards. That should be plenty to make it. So then I thought, oh, let's go check out the other one in Tulsa. So then another day we were in Tulsa and just kind of doing something, and David says, is there anywhere else you want to go? And I said, oh yeah, let's go to the other Tuesday morning and see if they have new yarn, because usually when they get new yarn at one store, they get it at the other, because they get trucks like every week or something. So I went there, and not only did they have it, but they had this color in the sugar cake. So I got 2 of these, and again, it doesn't have a colorway, but I got 2 of this color, and then I got another one of the purple. So now I have 2 purples, 2 of those, and then I just have one with the like browns and khaki or whatever. But then they had more of this, but it was in, look at this, look at those colors. And it's the same as the other one. That's Nero is the color. This one is Viola, and it's got purples and kind of bluish, and I just, yeah, I was like, okay. So I think I got 3 of those. Anyway. So then he said, should we go to the one in Broken Arrow a couple of days ago? And I'm like, oh yeah, let's go check them out. Well, I don't notice any of those other yarns. They didn't have the same selection of yarns at that Tuesday morning. I don't know if they just didn't get the same ones or what, but they had these really cool yarns. Now, the brand is Fibra Natura Inca Tweed. It's 100% superwash wool. There's 100 grams in each of these balls. There's 106 yards, and it's a bulky 5. And I got 2 of these blue ones and 2 of these gray ones because I thought those would be great color change ones to make a granny chevron. Okay. We actually went back to the one in Broken Arrow today because we were in Broken Arrow for some reason. We had to go over there for something. And I was going to get more because they had these in like a navy blue. I was going to get a couple of those because I thought those might be cool too. But there was one person ahead of us in line. One. And in the middle of her transaction, she says, "Oh, can I get a gift receipt for this half of this?" And the little guy behind the counter, bless his heart, apparently didn't know how to do that all in the same purchase. And so he said, "Okay, well, I'm going to ring this part up and then I'll ring those up separately and do a gift." And I was fine with that. But we're standing there and he finally gets it rung up, and then he stands there staring at his machine for I don't know how long. And he finally has to get on the phone and call somebody to come up, who doesn't come up. And then a little bit later he calls them because he doesn't know how to make a gift receipt. And I realize it's the holidays and you're hiring new people. But if they are not trained, why would you leave them alone at the register? Now, by this time, there are 6 other people in line behind us. And I finally look at my husband and go, so the little guy stops. The other woman comes up. She's going to do the gift receipt. So he's going to move over to the other register. So he goes over and he logs on the register, and then he turns around and goes back to that one. And I thought, seriously? And I'm not an impatient person, really. But why on a Saturday, a week and a half before Christmas, do you have one cashier who is not trained? Okay, little rant over that. I'm not happy with JCPenney either, because all that stuff I ordered from JCPenney, including my brooches, got sent to my old address that I haven't lived at for almost 3 years, and that I've never received anything from Penny's at that old address. Everything I've ever gotten from Penny's I've gotten at my new address, because I didn't even order online from them until we moved here. So it's not been my week for purchases, all right? And then we ordered pizza tonight, and I went and picked it up, and I get home, and it's only about 15 miles to go to the pizza place and get pizza. But I get home and I had ordered Canadian bacon and mushroom, and they gave me Canadian bacon and pineapple. I'm not having any luck with sales this week. Nobody wants to be nice to me. Oh, poor pitiful me. I know. Yeah, that's the worst thing that happens to you, Carla. You're fine. Anyway, okay, moving on. I'm taking too much time with that little story, aren't I? That is all the yarn I bought, believe it or not. And then I got my knit crate. Now, the last thing I got, I ordered this pattern book from the Crochet Project. It's called Everyday Wearables. I got it because of this sweater that's on the front. I saw this when I was looking for patterns for sweaters. This is a cardigan, but it looks like a Fair Isle sweater. It's called the Anvard cardigan. And guess what? My bookmarker is a piece of yarn. Huh, imagine that. But, I can't show the pattern or anything, but this is the back of the sweater. And let's see. That kind of shows the front of the sweater right there. Anyway, this book came from the UK. So, I ordered it and it took quite a while to get here. But I'm really excited. It's got socks in there. It's got hats. It's got 3 sweaters. And then it's got like a wrap or something. But I really mainly ordered it just for the sweater. And I apologize. I don't remember the cost of it. But it can't have been all that expensive, or I probably wouldn't have ordered it, right? And it also had to be shipped from the UK. So it costs a little bit more for shipping. But it's called the Crochet Project. It says Think Differently About Crochet, thecrochetproject.com. And I'll try to remember to put that down below too, so that you guys will have that. Anyway, just in case things get crazy and I don't get to do this later, Llama wish you a Merry Christmas. So this is the Christmas card that I designed. And I told my daughter what I would like to have, basically, and she drew this llama because she's really talented. And then she drew it on paper, and then she drew it in some kind of paint or something. I don't know what they call the software anymore because it's all changed. Anyway, so she did that. And I tried printing them at home, but I couldn't get them to print right, so I ended up sending them to Walgreens, which is another story of really bad customer service, but I will not go into that one because I have griped enough today. Oh my goodness. I'm usually not a very negative person, but apparently today I just had the gripes. Anyway, you guys have a great week, and I will see you definitely on Thursday. I work the night before, so I get home about 8:30 or so in the morning, and I will jump on and do the drawing, the random comment picker for whoever wins, and get that video made. So I might look a little rough because I'll have been at work all night, but you guys are used to seeing me not, I'm not into the makeup thing or anything anymore. I've kind of given that up. I'm even letting my hair go natural, so I'm going gray after a long time of coloring it. Anyway, I will see you guys definitely on Thursday the 20th. So y'all have a great week and take care. And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. Bye.